everyone, and welcome to another episode of Franklin and Douglas, where we talk about current events and give you bad advice. I'm Franklin, and with me, as always, is my buddy Douglas. Double D, how's it going?
Buddy, it's going great.
That didn't sound too convincing.
I am getting over a cold, sinus, or something, so I am trying not
I
to blow my
swear.
voice out.
Oh, instead of blowing your back out.
Mm,
Ooh.
not this week.
I, well, yeah, I've been talking to you, and you have not been feeling well, but we'll get through it, right? You're doing okay now. Yesterday
Yeah,
was a little touch and go. Huh.
yeah. Yesterday's a little touch and go. Had a busy week, and that's I think what built up to it. I had I don't know if you remember me telling you, but we had like this panel at work that I was on.
Mm.
And so our work does kind of like these quarterly, like show off what your department's done this quarter kind of thing. And they decided to do like a get to know the players kind of panel. And
Oh.
one of the questions, so I was one of the panelists, and one of the questions, besides like career oriented type questions that they asked me if I preferred coffee or tea. And I said something like coffee because I like something bitter to wake me up in the morning. And then they went on to ask, do I like it hot or cold? I said, I like it cold and bitter. And then like I got some
Just
laughs.
like your soul.
I said, just like me. And there was even more laughs. But then I was like, I sat there for a minute, like, oh, should I not have said that? Because like we got the CEOs there. I got like one of my higher ups, like 2 seats away from me. I'm not even looking at her. I'm like, am I gonna get passed up now on promotions? Cause like,
Okay.
oh, that's that bitter and cold one.
Exactly. That's good for you. Just let them know right off the bat.
Yeah.
Bitter and cold.
Just get the expectations out there.
So, okay, so there's no confusion.
Right.
What's wrong with that guy?
How'd your week
That's
go?
good though. It's been good. It's been pretty good. No complaints. Let's see. It started raining heavily this weekend,
Mm,
and but yeah, it's been a non-eventful week. But who knows? Greater things are on the horizon. We do have, let's see, January, the longest year ever.
right.
You know, January has Januaried, and it went out with a bang.
Mm,
We want to first and foremost, acknowledge the tragedy that just happened. What is it in Washington with the airline
yep.
crash, and 65 souls were lost. It just an absolutely incredible thing that happened, and the visual that they're showing on TV.
Oh,
Sometimes I wish we didn't have that information to see it, and so it's so heartbreaking, and especially to know that there were children on board, and it was just very heartbreaking, and,
yeah.
and of course all of the conspiracy theories are going around, like who was on the plane, and somebody who important, or and I was like, no, everybody was important,
Right.
and it was a huge unfortunate accident. And of course your president,
Mm,
he he has his words of wisdom there.
he did his
I
thing.
swear, he did his thing. Yes, he did. And then there was another plane crash in Philadelphia. So now I'm like, whoa, what's going on? You know?
I'm a little
So
nervous to fly anywhere right right now, to tell you the truth.
exactly, exactly. I had a couple of things planned. I'm like, you know what? I think I'll just wait. But
Right.
yeah, it's been an incredible week, and just really really sad. So,
Yeah.
but we're heading into February. First and foremost, happy Lunar New Year for Chinese New Year. It is the year of the snake. Did you know
Cold
that?
hearted snake. Ooh.
Look into his eyes. So yeah, and then of course Black History Month. This might be the
Yes.
last time we celebrate Black History Month, as I'm pretty sure that will be abolished in the next couple of years. But you know
Uh,
what? How you gonna regulate my history to a month anyway? Black history is American history, and it is celebrated 365 days a year. All right.
American
Remember that.
history is Black history.
Exactly. So, at any rate, February hopefully will come in. It's not a leap year, is it? No, it's
I
a
don't
short
think
month.
so.
It's 28. It's
Yeah.
28 days. So, so it was so funny. The work in industry where you have to have expiration dates and everything on it,
Hmm.
and someone put an expiration. We had to recall a whole bunch. They put the expiration as February 29th, and
It lasts
we all kind of,
forever.
yeah, it was like we all kind of were like, what, February 29th? And they were like, how many days are in February? We're like, 28. What does this expiration say? And we're like, 29. you know, I'm like, who did it? Who did it? So,
Uh,
but at any rate, so yeah, we are getting ready for a lot of events for this month. But other than that, nothing else is too much going on. So,
True
you
that.
ready to get into it?
Yeah. What are we going to talk about today?
Well, we're going to unfortunately talk about the Super Bowl,
Uh,
the upcoming Super Bowl against the dreaded Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles. Fly, Eagle, fly. Please fly. I cannot deal with another Kansas City Chief Super Bowl win. And so they're going for obviously a three-peat. But what I wanted to kind of talk about was what is it about the Kansas City Chiefs that everyone is hating on them for so much? And of course, for me, the reason is they are my arch nemesis for the Raiders. We're in the same league and everything,
mm,
and the same bracket. And so every time we play them, it is always just kill them, kill them, kill them.
yeah.
And we are thankfully the last team to have beat them in their home, and it was on Christmas Day. It was a year and a half ago, so
I was like,
that
how
was
long
a
ago was that?
it was just like a year and a half, so that wasn't last year, but it was the year before that.
Hmm.
But we are the last team to have beat them in at home, and so we always hang that up. That's our Super Bowl. It always.
Right.
So,
That's the only
and
game that mattered.
it does. It is. In this past season, we took them, right to the end,
Hmm.
and just a couple of lucky calls on their end let them win the game. And, that's what I say is that do we think that they are always favored and they get special treatment from the refs and things like that? Because, okay, I'm not going to deny that they are a good football team.
Eh.
Patrick Mahomes is acts, he's a magician when he throws the ball. I hate to admit it, but he is. He's a great quarterback, and he will unlikely, become the most winning Super Bowl quarterback in NFL history if he continues this path.
Hmm.
But this season, I feel like they really weren't as dominant as they, have been in the past. I think they got a lot of lucky wins and a lot of lucky calls for their side,
Hmm.
and then they really picked it up in the playoffs. Obviously, when it counted towards the end of the season, and then once they hit the playoffs, that's when they really started to be dominant and picked it up. And so it's what I wanted to find out from you and from our viewers is, do you think that they get special treatment? Do you think that the refs are okay, let's go ahead and give that to them, and oh, this is this call and that call? Watching the Bills game, I'm like,
Uh,
they got that fourth down. They got that, the first down. And
yeah.
how did one ref call it and the other one take it back? And, how did they say that that guy caught the ball and would have clearly hit the ground before he did? And it was just a lot of different things. And so it makes you wonder, okay, are they just that favored? So I I know that a lot of people, no, that's they're just good and people are just hating on it
Right.
because of that. No, something's up. So, what are your thoughts on the Kansas City Chiefs? I mean, Chiefs.
Well, you already know how I feel about Mahomes. That he, my favorite Kermit the Frog impersonator. And I mean, my team, I also root for the Raiders, but my home team is the Browns, so I have the same sentiment as to not having like the best team. But I, in talking about the refs, it's just kind of like depends on what team you're rooting for. Sometimes, you want the play to go the way you want it to, and so if a ref happens to call something that may be a little shady, but it helped your team out, you're gonna be like, oh no, no, that was there. You can't
Right,
question the refs.
right.
But if it's the other way around, then you're just like, But I mean, like I said, being a Browns fan, you feel like some teams probably get a little bit of that favoritism with the refs, and
Exactly.
I'm sure Taylor Swift put a little bit of money in there too to those refs
Ugh.
pockets. Like, I need you to
I,
get my boo thing in that Super Bowl.
mm-hmm. Okay. And now, they're speaking of the Super Bowl and the halftime show. Do you think that she may be a special guest of Kendrick Lamar? Because I think they have a song together.
Oh, do they? That
Yeah,
would kill me if she ended up
that,
on there.
oh my
'Cause,
God, right?
I
I
mean,
would
like,
just
I like
puke.
Taylor Swift, but I think that's like way too much coincidence in one thing. Like,
Exactly, exactly. And it's like, I know that people like, the competitiveness and everything, and they like to see different teams win. And
mhm,
again, it's, you know, fans are getting, of course, not the Kansas City Chiefs fans, but fans are getting tired of it. They're like, okay, thank you. Can we get somebody else to win?
yes,
Because again, we think the NFL is rigged,
right, yep,
but um, at the end of the day, it's like, okay, we see that they're they're really a great team, and Andy Reid has indefinitely is an amazing coach.
mhm,
But what is so different about them than other teams? I mean, you know, there's other teams that are out there who have just the most great players and different things like that. I was definitely rooting for Detroit to really and truly get to the
yes,
Super Bowl,
yep.
and that was heartbreaking for them to lose it all after the great season that they had. So now
Was it the Eagles and Chiefs last year too for the
no,
Super Bowl?
it was the Chiefs and the 49ers. And
Oh,
remember they went to
yes.
Allegiant Stadium, the home of the Vegas Raiders.
Yeah.
And so yeah, they were and is and the 49ers. How do you go to the Super Bowl and then are just like last in your division
Yes.
the next year? That was crazy. I'm like, wow. But
I
yeah,
like you were saying though, like sometimes you just like to see like a good underdog win too, and people kind of
right.
get like I'm sure the people that are in Kansas City love this, but I think for like the rest of the US it's kind of like again. Like
I know. It's like, again, we have to see them again.
right, right.
And but yeah, I think that, and I'm getting tired of Travis Kelsey,
Yeah.
and you know, but yeah, it kind of makes you wonder, is it rigged? And I always love to go down those rabbit holes of
Mhm.
conspiracy theories where you can tell who's going to be in the Super Bowl because of the Super Bowl colors that they
Oh,
have,
yeah.
and different things like that. And I just saw one where they showed the colors and they already predicted that, and I love this one. I'm like, oh God, this please make this true, that the Raiders and Detroit were going to be in the Super Bowl for 2026. And I'm like, yes, please make that happen. Because we got
I would love to
Pete
see that.
Carroll now. Yeah, wouldn't
Yeah.
you? Oh my God, where is it going to be in 2026? I don't know, but trust and believe. If my Raiders are going, I will be there.
Oh, if Cleveland gets their new stadium built, maybe in Cleveland.
No, nobody's coming to Cleveland. But that would be great for my Raiders to get in there. But yeah, I mean, again, it's sports. We all know these guys make millions and millions and dollars, but it's like, okay, I do not want to see them win again. So
Mhm.
I'm hoping I like Philadelphia when they went in 2 what is it, 2017, I think they won. I was really excited about that, but I
Mhm.
definitely want them to win. I think that they have a great opportunity to win. But yeah, Kansas City started getting better towards the end of the season and more
Yeah.
dominant. But again, some of the calls that they get, I feel, are a little suspect, you know,
Yeah,
and I'm just like I'm so tired of it. Yeah.
because you got Jake from State Farm in there paying off them refs, you know?
Oh my God, please, yeah, and but yeah, so and now if they win, they will be one of a few teams that have done a three-peat. I believe in basketball did I think it was what Miami or was it no it was the Lakers, right? The Lakers and the Bulls I believe did three-peats, and I don't know that there has been an NFL team that has three-peat. Did Tom Brady three-peat? I can't remember, but
Oh, our audience should let us know in the comments. So,
they will definitely let us know. So, but yeah, we're just looking at that, and then the whole country is rooting for Philadelphia. So,
oh yeah,
it'll be it'll be an interesting Super Bowl. It'll be held in New Orleans, and I'm pretty sure that they will honor the victims of that terrorist attack that happened at
yeah,
the end of the year, and obviously, everything that's been going on. But that's a great place to have the Super Bowl. And the funny fact is that when Travis Kelsey, I think he was in college or something, they had some sort of Pro Bowl or something,
mhm.
and he got in trouble because he was smoking that ganja and got a drug test and almost got kicked off the team
Really?
because he tested positive. You never heard of that? Yes. He was talking about it on his podcast. So he's going back to New Orleans, and maybe they'll drug test him again. I'm pretty sure he's still on.
Maybe he's banned from there. Maybe they won't let him in.
Ooh, wouldn't that be fantastic? Oh my God. Taylor would be like, no, let my boo boo in. So yeah, be in New Orleans, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna have everything just all over the place. So it's gonna be
Oh, it's gonna be a
interesting.
wild time.
Right, right. Planning on doing any Super Bowl parties to watch?
We are just having like a small get together. I mean, again, none of us in our area are excited about the teams
Of
playing.
course,
We're
right.
more excited about our football squares that we're getting done.
Exactly. I just want to see the halftime show. That's always,
Yeah.
unless my team is playing, I don't really care. But otherwise, I want to see the halftime show.
Ooh,
Hopefully,
I did watch last year in the Super Bowl. I did watch the Nickelodeon version of it.
mm,
Loved it. You had Dora the Explorer throwing shade at the different players, and SpongeBob Patrick. I would listen if I can talk everyone else that's gonna be with me to watch that version. That's the version we'll be
okay.
watching.
I like the puppy bowl as well.
Oh
They always
yeah.
have the little puppies on and playing and everything and rolling around. I'm like, yay, it's so cute. So yeah, but no, probably won't do anything. Again, like I say, it's not my team or anything. I'll just
Right.
check in for the halftime show
Yep.
and then check right on out. But
I'll
other
just keep
than
checking
that,
my phone and the scores. That's about it.
exactly. Okay, to see if I put any money on it to win anything. So we'll see how that all works out. So, what advice do we have for some of our viewers?
Yeah. So as always, we want to remind our audience that we are not trained professionals and our advice should not be taken seriously. But what
Never.
qualifications do we have, Franklin?
Well, we survived the Castros 2 for 1 night without getting kidnapped by that man in a van, and we can lead you through life's challenges because we are qualified for that.
You know, he kind of looked like that man in the van. He kind of looked like Patrick Mahomes. Now that I think about it,
Mm, yeah, sounded like him too.
Kermit the Frog here. So today,
Get in the trunk. Get in there.
so today we're pulling our questions from Reddit's advice category and the "Am I the Asshole" category.
You are.
And if you'd like us to answer your request for advice, please DM us on our socials or comment. Maybe your question will appear in our next episode. So
Okay,
this
let's
next
get into
one,
it.
yeah, this next one was a real thinker for me. So
Oh, think
yeah.
that think.
So the title is "What is a normal butt crack size?" They they go on to say,
Yes, because I've been thinking about this. Okay, go ahead. I've got so much to tell you about this. All right.
so they go on to say, my ex broke up with me months ago, and I've been working on being able to be open to finally start dating again. A month before he broke up with me, he had told me he noticed my butt crack was really long. I always built him up, not just because I wanted him to feel good, but because I genuinely believed all the corny things I told him daily, like you're super hot, I love your butt, you have a sexy body, I love your lips, etc. Well, now realizing he jokingly, or maybe not jokingly, would point out my fat and my shortcomings, and I've now added this butt crack comment to my list of insecurities. And now I'm scared to date and have to show my apparently long butt crack to someone else. My
Mm,
butt my butt is naturally big, but I'm starting to shape it with going to the gym, and even though I feel better about my body in general, I can't get the long butt crack comment out of my head. Please help. And then they say I can't show a pic, but is that an actual thing?
it is an actual thing, and people who have long butt cracks are disgusting.
What?
I'm sorry. Yes. So first of all, because when they bend over and you kind of look up, there's the crack because it's so long. It's like going up their back, and I'm like, what is wrong? What? That's an abnormality. Why is your butt crack so long? Why can I see your crack out of your pants and your pants are all the way pulled up? Yes.
Are you sure their pants are just hanging a little low? I bet.
No, they're
Or is
not.
this like a crack all the way up to their shoulder blades that we're talking about
It's a
here?
crack all the way up to the shoulder blades. It's just there. They have a belt on and everything, and all you see is crack. How is that? What is that? And so I was thinking about that, and I checked my crack. I'm like, no, it's a normal size. You can't see it when you're bending over. You just see your back, no crack. So yeah, I'm with her boyfriend. That's disgusting. You
Like
should put
Whitney
some
Houston
some
said.
tape or something on it to cover it up. That's a
Like
problem.
like Whitney Houston said, crack is whack. You make
Crack
too
is
much
whack.
money to do crack.
Yeah, crack is whack, and to see it is even whacker.
I tried to go down a rabbit hole as to what the average butt crack length is, and I really could
Oh,
not find any information on it. But I did
well,
find
I think we need to figure that out.
what I did find is the intergluteal cleft, or just gluteal cleft, also known by a number of synonyms, including the natal cleft and cluneal cleft, is the groove between the buttocks that runs from just below the sacrum to the perineum. So named because it forms a visible border between the external rounded protrusions of the gluteus maximus. So, if you ever want to know like what the scientific name of your butt crack is, intergluteal cleft.
Well, my intergluteal cleft is not sticking out of my ass, my pants rather. So yeah,
I say
the a
embrace it,
long
girl.
crack, the long crack. Poor thing. You need to go get that fixed.
I say embrace it, girl. Like,
No.
do it up, show it off,
Ugh.
get a tattoo around it,
Or do like Cardi and get it pierced.
get it pierced. Yeah, oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, no. She needs to figure that out. She needs to put some tape or some makeup or something on it so we don't see
Some
all that
makeup.
long, long butt crack. Ugh. No.
Well, let's move on. The next one,
Please.
yeah, the next one is: Am I the asshole for not believing my boyfriend that suddenly became gay due to the altitude difference when he was on a work trip in Utah? Girl. So I can hardly believe that I'm writing this or that it happened, but I am, and it did. So here we go. I, a 20-year-old female, have been with my boyfriend, a 29-year-old male, for 3 years. Every now and then, he has to go to Utah for a few days because his team has a customer service branch that operates out there. I got a text from one of his coworkers who's become a friend of ours, and it said that on the trip, my boyfriend cheated on me with some guy on the customer care team. I did not believe it at first because, first of all, my boyfriend is always identified as straight. And second of all, I just couldn't believe it. When he got home, I asked him about it, basically expecting him to confirm it was nonsense. Instead, he got real quiet and had us sit down and said he had to tell me something. Yeah. Oh, get ready for this. He said it was true. He did have a one night stand with a guy. I couldn't believe it. I asked him if he was telling me he was gay or bisexual, and regardless, cheating is cheating. He
Right.
insisted he was not gay at all, but the strangest thing happened. He said that when he was at dinner with his Utah coworkers, he suddenly became gay. I was like, what? What the fuck? He said he thinks it was due to the altitude. I
Yeah, it
was
was the
like,
altitude, all right.
right. I was like, you're fucking with me, right? But he said after he had done it with this guy, he got really confused as to how all of a sudden he was gay. He said that higher altitudes can have an impact on how people think and on their emotions, and he thinks that the high altitude made him gay temporarily. He said that as soon as he landed back home, he was back to being straight. I was like, did he get drugged or something? But he said that was not possible. They were always in a group at dinner, which is when he became gay and was only alone with the guy afterwards. He said he had done a lot of thinking on the drive back from the airport and he confirmed with himself that he is straight and that his only conclusion could be that he was temporarily turned gay due to the altitude. I was like, whatever, I guess we're breaking up. He looked at me confused. I was like, gay or not, you did cheat on me. He said it wasn't his fault and that human actions are just a byproduct of accidental brain chemistry. I got to write that one down. And that his chemistry had been altered through no fault of his own due to the higher altitudes of Utah. He said he couldn't believe I would blame him for something medical and scientific that was out of his control. He really looked bewildered that I was angry about this. I don't know, maybe he's convincing and I'm a rube, but I'm starting to wonder if I'm overreacting. Like, I know it sounds insane, but is it possible to accidentally change your sexual orientation due to emotional changes brought on by altitude? Is that possible? And if it is, am I overreacting? Should I throw away a 3-year relationship for this? He's acting like I'm being rude and weird. I'm confused.
I am also. What?
Right?
First of all, yeah, dump him to the curb. Secondly, that was a good argument for him.
That was great. Like, he must
Okay.
have thought of that one for a
He
while.
had to think of that. He had to get something to think of that real quick to let her know. But yeah, bruh, that wasn't the altitude. It wasn't the altitude, it was the dirty martini.
Ugh.
That that is an amazing argument. I love it. I can't even, fight that one, but yeah, she just needs to walk away because he's gay.
Girl, he's gay.
He's gay. He's gay in Utah, he's gay in Texas, he's gay in everywhere.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if it's because of altitude adjustment, does that mean every time you get into a plane, do you turn gay midair?
Exactly.
You're on that Vegas helicopter tour, all of a sudden, oop, I'm gay.
I'm gay, come back down, I'm straight.
Astronauts,
I'm
gay.
gay.
Like, seriously, like every time you go anywhere with a slight adjustment to altitude. So does that mean people in Utah, when they get out of that altitude, do they turn gay if they're straight before?
No, they're gay already in Utah, and then when they come, get down to, the flatlands, they're straight. Then they go
Oh,
back to being gay when they go back,
okay.
right? So in Denver, they're gay in Denver,
Right.
and then they come to California or they come anywhere else, they're
Right.
straight. Okay? So just think about it. Now, if we move to Canada, are we gay? Is that altitude?
I guess it depends on where. Well, I don't know if that means
Where?
altitude, but I think it depends on where in Canada.
I'm assuming if anything if we're going up. So, you
Yeah.
know.
Well, not necessarily north, but up.
Up.
Everyone in Canada's gay.
Oh my God. So,
I just, what's up
okay.
with all these straight guys and like these random, like, remember the one we talked
They've
about, the
always been on
gaycation?
exactly. They're always been on the down low, and now it's just coming out. Everybody's letting them know, letting the girlfriends know. Hey, you might wanna.
Yeah, I guess because of social media, they're having a harder time hiding it. So now they're like, oh no, it's a gaycation. Oh no, it's the
Exactly.
altitude.
Right, right.
Back in the day, you went on that work trip, you hooked it up with your buddy, and you came back. No one like Brokeback Mountain. No one would have known.
Okay. Okay. I can't quit you.
Had those sheep
Man.
had social media, they would have outed those two cowboys. or
Exactly.
cattle, whatever they were wrestling up
What they
there.
were doing,
Yeah.
they were wrestling all right.
Girl.
Wrestling that bull.
Oh, well,
Wow.
that is all that I had for today.
And on that note, yeah, that's pretty deep. I the altitude. I wonder how long it took him, probably the whole flight home to get all of that information, or probably right when he left the dude's hotel room. He was like, "Let me think of something good."
I mean, he's
To
got a great imagination. Like
that
he's
was
gonna go far.
that yeah,
To the point where he had her like second guessing herself. Like
right? Because she was like, "Wait, what?"
she's like
That's
that
good
meme of
stuff.
that one lady with all the math calculations around her head. Like,
Like,
yeah.
that's good stuff. Well, on that note, as we have close out this week with everything that has been going on and continues to go on, I find the words of Helen Keller
Oh.
appropriate for this. Although the world is full of suffering, it is also full of overcoming it.
Mm.
And so, we need to make sure that we are keeping each other close and, making sure that we are checking in with one another because you never know what might happen in life, but we will always overcome it together.
And don't let your husband go to Utah.
Exactly. Because he's gay.
Oh, that was beautiful. Well,
Yes.
on that note, thank you everyone. Thank you again for
Okay.
listening, watching. Again, thank you for all the comments, the likes, the subscribes. Keep it coming so we can continue to grow and get through these next years up ahead.
And shout out to Melissa, our number one fan.
And my aunt.
Yes.
uh,
Thanks, guys.
thanks. Bye.
Bye.